What's up, Rumble? Welcome to the Danny Miner Daily Show. I'm coming on here later and later, I know, but I'm never going to miss a day. I'm never going to miss a day. I promise you that. I know I keep coming on here later and later. Today, folks, I'm just in a bad mood. I woke up in a bad mood. The minute I woke up this morning, I was pissed off. I don't know why. Do you ever just wake up in the morning and you're pissed off? I mean, I woke up, I got a message from this crazy dude that was on my podcast, okay? One thing about putting people on your podcast, I don't even know how many people I've had on my podcast. Tons over the last year and a half. And I changed my name to the podcast. Okay, it's No Fear Podcast. Or Fear, I forget. I changed the name of it. Fear something. Fear something podcast. But anyway, I had this guy on my podcast, and he starts messaging me the next day. I guess it's good to get all likes and stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he was mad that my videos were getting likes and comments. And he started harassing me like the next day. Then I told him, buddy, listen, I don't know what to tell you. This is what I do. I do a podcast and I put videos out there. And this guy starts harassing me. I kid you not, guys. He was harassing me. So I had to block him and everything. Guys, let me know in the comments. If you guys have a podcast, okay, if you have a podcast, has anybody ever harassed you on it? Because this guy is harassing me after I had him on the podcast. I had to block him. I had to block him from all my social medias. He started making videos about me, telling people that I was full of myself and I got too popular and I'm full of myself and that's why I didn't. I don't know what this guy wanted from me. I put him on my podcast. The podcast was good. There was no problems. The next day, this guy starts yelling at me that I got more likes and stuff than him. And then he tells me every single podcast or radio show he's on, he's fought with the host and he don't talk to him anymore. Maybe it's you, buddy. Maybe it's you, okay? Because we didn't sign any agreement that you're going to get the most likes, okay? I wish I could do it. I'm going to get the most likes and comments and followers. Sorry, buddy, if it didn't work out for you. I tried. Go on another podcast. Maybe you'll get more likes and follows. I don't know what this guy's problem was, but I had to block him and everything. Please let me know if you ever had somebody on your podcast and they acted like this. Because it honestly, it was crazy. But anyway, folks, I want to get into something else that's kind of serious. If you notice today, Don Lemon and a bunch of people went into a church while they were having church services in Minneapolis. And Don Lemon starts interviewing the pastor, and the pastor's like, we're having services here. They busted into a church that was having services. Protesters and Don Lemon. Now, I just watched Don Lemon. He's denying this. He's saying he wasn't with these people. He saw them going to church. And so as a journalist, he followed them in and did all of this stuff. That's what Don Lemon's saying. Okay? But what I think is, I just heard Don Lemon talk the other day about how bad white supremacists is again. Okay? Don, you're married to a white guy. Okay? So take a look. What you talk about, you're married to. So if you hate all of us, you must hate him too. Okay? Because all you do is talk about white supremacists, white people this, white people that, white people this. Your boyfriend's white. Your husband's white. Okay, Don? Your husband's white. Okay? So why do you hate white people so much? And if you really did go into this church, because I know it's alleged now, I mean, I saw a video and everything, but you're denying it. You're saying you just followed them people in. It's so wrong. To interrupt the religious service is so wrong. And I don't care whose religious service it was. Catholic, Jewish, Muslim. It's unethical to do that, Don. It's unethical for protesters to go into a church. Okay, go into a church. And then you follow them in and interview the pastor that was doing church services. I mean, Don, I don't know how you don't think this is wrong. I don't know how you sit there and say, the MAGA cult is after me now. The MAGA cult is not after you. Normal people are saying, Don, this is wrong. You're losing it, brother. You're losing it. Ever since you got fired from CNN, you are losing it. You are totally fucking losing it. And you were 1,000% wrong for going into a church service, okay? And with protesters. Even if you saw that, if you saw the protesters going in, I wouldn't even have went in. That's like, I don't know, that's like committing a crime. They're having a church service and you're going to go in there and interrupt it. I don't know, man. Look in the mirror, Don. Okay, look in the mirror and then look at the person sleeping next to you. That person sleeping next to you is white. Even though you don't like white people and you talk about white supremacists all the time, your husband is white. Okay, no matter what your imagination says, he's white, Don. He's white. Okay, and listen, I I want to come on your podcast and I want to be respectful because I think I met you in Chicago and I think at the protests, and I think me and you could be respectful. Okay, and I think me and you could have an hour podcast where maybe we could hash things out. And maybe people come out of that saying, you know what? I heard some stuff on the right. I heard some stuff on the left. Let's take a look at this. Invite me on your podcast. I saw you had this other content creator, that weird guy, okay, with the missing front tooth, the red hair, the weirdo. Okay, that guy is weird, Don. And he's on your podcast all the time. Why? Because he's your echo chamber. Did you hear this? Yes, Don. Did you hear this? Yes, Don. But see, if I'm on your podcast, I'm going to say, well, that's wrong, Don. You shouldn't have went in that church. Okay? And then you'd say, why? I'm a journalist. And then we could have a discussion. Okay? I'm not going to be your echo chamber, Don, and tell you did the right thing. Like the redheaded guy with the missing tooth. I forget anything. I've seen him all over TikTok. I can't believe people follow that guy. He looks like a junkyard man. Okay? Like he's on a garbage truck picking up garbage every day. Okay? Nothing against garbage people. Okay, because we need them. They probably get paid more than cops. But that's what this guy looks like to me. When I first see him, I think it's a garbage man or something. And you have him on your podcast. Okay, he's an echo chamber, Don. Put me on your podcast. Let's have a legitimate conversation. No arguing, no fighting, a discussion. Not even a debate, a discussion of the right and left. And maybe all of us could meet in the middle. I asked you about this in Chicago, but you don't want me on your podcast. You want an echo chamber. And I've noticed that's all you have on your podcast. Echo chamber people that are going to agree with you. I think, Don, you might rise up a little bit if you put somebody like me on. Somebody with a big mouth and is not going to have afraid to have a discussion with you. Okay? And not be afraid of whatever you're going to call me. Okay? Because I don't care what you're going to call me. I don't care. Okay? My life is way beyond caring. I had a bad day. I had a bad 2 weeks. I don't care about shit anymore. Okay? I don't care. Put me on your podcast, Don. We'll hash this out. Now, listen, before I get into this other thing, Trump now has 1,500 soldiers ready to deploy to Minneapolis. Now, I think Trump will only do it if things get very, very serious. I think he put them on standby, but I don't think he's going to do it unless we have some kind of tragedy again, or somebody gets hurt, or something like that. That's my feeling. Now, folks, I watched today. We had liberals with guns, walking around with guns. Folks, I don't know how you feel, but I feel something bad's going to happen soon. I said this last night too, but I really feel it. When you have people strapping guns and ICE is there, I just see something very, very bad happen that's going to look way worse than the Renee Good thing. I mean, way worse. Like, we're going to have a major tragedy that we're all going to be like, holy cow. I feel it's coming, folks, because somebody's going to clash. Now these people are having guns. There's going to be a clash. You know it. I know it. Somebody's going to do something, and it's going to go off. I hope I'm wrong. I sit here every day and hope I'm wrong, but I totally feel something's bad going to happen. And you guys put in the comments if you think so too, because I personally think something 100% bad is going to happen, folks. I really, really do. And like I said, the minor details, we changed our podcast now to Zero Fear. I was kidding you. I didn't remember the name. I remember the name. Zero Fear Podcast. Okay. So I'll probably get a new thing in the future, but I kind of like my thing, because I am still the minor details. I still give the minor details, but the Zero Fear Podcast, because that's what we are. You have zero fear to talk what you believe. That's what you have to do in this world right now. Because whatever you say, there could be consequences. Because the liberals will come right at you. I have zero fear. I don't care. I don't care. I have liberals saying stuff about me daily, DMing me, and I could give two shits. So that's why I renamed the podcast Zero Fair. I'm going to still keep this up because I do true crime, okay? But the podcast now is Zero Fair. Go give us a subscribe over on YouTube. Give me a subscribe here on Rumble. And I promise you, I'm going to bring this every single day. So subscribe to the Danny Miner Daily and the Zero Fair podcast. We will be doing that Thursdays at 6 p.m. And I'm always looking for guests. If you want to come on as a guest, I could send you a stream. You could stream right into our podcast anytime you guys want. I would love to have somebody on. Especially, and listen, I'm preaching to Don Lemon. I want people with conservative views and liberal views. I'm telling you, we need to hear both sides. Both sides. Because I can't understand these liberals. So maybe if I get them on the podcast, I can understand them. Guys, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be on the Be Great podcast in Florida. So I can't wait. I think he's on Instagram. The podcast has about 30,000 followers. They're getting huge. They're a conservative podcast. I can't wait to be on it. They're flying me out on the 31st. I think I'm going to be on the podcast on the 1st, and I'm flying back to Vegas on the 2nd. But I want to thank them, and that's why I want to give them a shout out. I can't wait to do this podcast. I can't wait. And I'm honored to do it because I saw he had conservative Ant on, and he had a lot of big podcasters on. I mean, not podcasters, but content creators. Big conservative content creators. So I'm honored to be invited to this Be Great podcast. I really, really am, guys. I really am. Now, listen, the last 5 minutes today, I just want to go over to you guys. How do we come together again? Can we, or is this done? I personally feel it's done. I do. And let me tell you why. And it's not because of the right, it's because of the left. I am the only conservative in my entire family. My entire family are liberals and Democrats. And a good portion of my family are far left liberals. Okay? They believe it all. Okay? So I am 1,000% the black sheep. 1,000%. And I have friends that are liberal. But I'm going to be honest with you. I do not get mad at them. Okay? I don't get mad at them when they tell me these liberal things. I might roll my eyes, walk away, but I don't get mad at them. I don't not talk to them. Like, I have friends that are liberals. Okay? And I still talk to them. But if you're a conservative, liberals won't talk to you. Most of them. Now, my family talks to me. Well, not right now, because I'm having a bad 2 weeks. So they're not talking to me right now. Maybe in the future they'll talk to me. But right now they're not talking to me. But why? Why is the left like, the left just does not want to hear another opinion. If you have a different opinion, they get rid of you, they cancel you. I watched a liberal lady saying she's divorcing her husband. She left her husband because he's a conservative. She said, he's a great guy and he's a great provider, but he has Republican views. I left him today. What? Then I saw another lady. I swear to you guys, I swear to you. Go Google TikTok. Go on TikTok. There's this other liberal lady saying, I love my job. The money's good. Everything's great. It's one of the best jobs I ever had, but I'm quitting tomorrow. And people are like, why are you quitting? She goes, I heard my boss, who's a female, I heard my boss, she voted for Trump. She voted for Trump. I can't work there. I don't care how great of a job it is. I don't care how much they're paying me. I'm quitting. I'm quitting tomorrow. And people are like, what are you, stupid? She goes, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pay my house payment if I quit, but you know what? I'm going to quit. So, folks, me just telling you all of that, like, I can be amongst liberals and not be mad at them, okay? But they cannot be around conservatives. They hate us that bad that they can't be around us, okay? They just can't. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you here. I'm about 65% Republican. There's some Democratic, not liberal views, but Democratic views. Like, I'm cool with like marijuana. I'm cannabis. Let's go. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with legalizing that, which is a Democratic thing. I'm also with them on healthcare. I think we live in a very rich country, and now Trump even made us richer with these tariffs and everything else. And I think our healthcare should be free. I know my Republicans are going to get mad at me for that, but people should not go in debt because they got sick. You get cancer, you're going to be in debt. You're going to have to claim bankruptcy. You have a heart attack, need open heart surgery. You're going to have to claim bankruptcy. That's wrong, folks. That's wrong. And first off, it shouldn't be on a credit report. And I remember it was taken off, but I think it's back on. Any medical bills, you should not be in trouble because you got sick. And that's this country. If you get sick, your credit goes down. You can't buy anything because you can't pay the bill. The bill's $30,000. Who the fuck has $30,000 sitting in the bank? You go in an ambulance, they charge you 10 grand. And listen, these companies are overcharging everybody, and our government needs to stop that. These companies, it shouldn't be a $10,000 trip in the ambulance. I don't think they burn 10,000 in gas at that fucking ambulance. This stuff's insane. God forbid you get in a car accident, you might have internal bleeding, and the helicopter lands, you are definitely claiming bankruptcy. If that helicopter takes you to the hospital, you're fucked. So what I'm saying is, I do have some Democratic views, and they're the two major ones, okay? They're the two major ones. Health insurance, I just don't think you should be in trouble because you got sick. It's not your fault. You didn't do it. You didn't bring them bills. You got sick. It has nothing to do with you. So, I mean, that is definitely one of my Democratic views. My other Democratic view, like I said, marijuana should be legal. When I was a cop, I knew that. When I was a cop, I knew that. Alcohol is 75 times worse than marijuana. 75 times worse. Okay? But the rest of me is conservative. Okay? But I want to tell you, I do have some Democratic views. But I think we all do. That we're not all total 100% Republicans. We're not all 100% liberal. We all have different views. We're probably in the middle, 70-30, 75-25, but there's no way we're all 100. And there's no way I look at Trump and think, everything he does, I agree with. No, I agree with maybe 75% of the stuff he agrees with. Okay? But when I look at the left, and I just want to tell you, when I look at the left, I don't agree with anything. I think they're idiotic. I think the stuff they do is stupid. We need people in jail. I don't know why they support these criminals. I saw an ICE agent today pull up on video, talk to a bunch of liberals that were protesting and said, do you realize you're blowing horns and letting this guy that is a child rapist know we're coming from? They were picking up a child rapist, and there was liberal women out there alerting the guy. Here comes the ICE and here comes the police. They were picking him up on a rape warrant of a child. And these liberal women were notifying the guy that ICE was there. And the ICE officer rolled down the window and said, do you know what you're doing? And he was actually telling them, this is crazy, ladies. We're picking up a rapist. I mean, seriously. And like I said, I think, okay, you don't see us, yeah, they're going to say January 6th, January 6th. We're not rioting on the streets, okay? When Joe Biden and Kamala won, we didn't riot on the streets. We didn't riot for an entire fucking year. We didn't do nothing. We took our medicine. They won. It was their 4 years to make their policies, and they blew it. And they blew it, and that's why the Republicans are in power now. Because Kamala and Joe Biden were the worst two people ever to represent the office. You know it. I know. We all know it. Okay? You need to be here to be here. That's how she talks. And she's leading our country. And then Joe Biden, blah, blah, blah. My parents, I was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. No kidding. No, nobody thinks you're kidding, Joe. But you kept saying no kidding. And these people were they ran our country for 4 years. They ran our country for 4 friggin' years. So people, I don't know. I don't think we can come back from this. I don't. And it's not conservatives. I can sit down with liberals. I think they're crazy, but I can sit down with them and I don't hate them. Like, I don't hate them. Yes, I'll make fun out of them, but I don't hate them. But they hate us. Okay? They can't even talk to us. They hate us. So I guess what I'm saying is we're fucked. But listen, guys, please subscribe. Follow me here. Follow me on all platforms. I have about 800,000 followers on all platforms. I have 500,000 followers over on TikTok, and it's all because of you guys. I love yous all, and I'll see yous tomorrow. Have a great night, guys.